Hello, book lovers, and welcome to Book Talk Radio Club. My name is Claire Perkins, and today I'm talking to author Ryan Summers. Ryan is the author of September's Song, a contemporary romance blended with an unexpected twist with a tagline that reads, "Who was this man who looked just like her dead husband?" Sounds good. Let's find out about it. Hi, Ryan. First of all, welcome and thank you for coming on Book Talk Radio Club.
Thank you for having me, Claire.
My pleasure. Would you like to give Book Talk Radio Club's listeners a brief synopsis of September's Song?
Absolutely. The two main characters are Ivy London, who is a widow. She had a military husband who died on a mission, and she buried him and moved on with her life. She has a full life with a young son, an exciting job. Her mother has Alzheimer's, so she's dealing with her brother over custody. She has a typical life a lot of people would have, and then she discovers her husband might not be gone, might not be dead.
Well.
Yeah, 5 years later. Surprise!
But very surprised, I should imagine.
Yeah. So we have an amnesiac soldier who escapes from a unknown place that he doesn't understand, and he's trying to make his way in the world, and he's told this lady Ivy is his wife.
Right.
So they try to piece a life together and figure out what's going on. Lots of unknowns.
It's quite an unusual storyline, isn't it? And of course we've heard about soldiers during World War I that lost their memory, but I wonder, is it still quite common in soldiers today?
Not as much. I did some research with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, to see how prevalent this was compared to way back or whatever. And today they're very random. They're unpredictable. You could have one or two soldiers with a TBI, traumatic brain injury, and then they have amnesia and things. Or you can have a large amount depending on various circumstances.
Right.
So the plausibility is there.
Yes, yeah. So tell me about the two main characters. What Ivy London and Keegan London, what kind of personalities do they have? Well, obviously Keegan before he was thought of as dead.
They're survivors. Before all this happened, they were very much in love. They were dreamers that shared the same dream. Ivy, she's very down to earth. She's a compassionate woman. She's a nurse. She was a mother. She tries to be a daughter to her mom, but she's tough. She lives with her regrets that she's made, like many of us, and she tries to be better. And she genuinely cares about people.
Right.
Keegan, he's at a disadvantage because he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't have any memories to fall back on.
Right.
So we know he was an admirable soldier. He was exemplary. He was honorable. And now we find him struggling, but very human.
So I've got to ask you, sorry, I didn't put this down with the questions. What era is this set in?
Very contemporary. Today.
Right. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I wondered that. Is there a particular author or a book that inspired you to write September's Song?
It was actually a photo. And I'm bad for having photos that bring pictures or bring stories to life. Years ago, a friend had sent me one of those emails that had all these different photos that were randomly connected. And there was one photo of just a boy handing a meal to a homeless man.
Right.
That's it. And that's what brought the ideas to life.
Right. Oh, I see. So, but you're quite a prolific writer. Not only do you write contemporary romance, but you also write mysteries, ghost stories, and a book about your collie Ty and his journey. Now, this is titled Tys Journey, sharing the lessons, life, and love of my adopted PTSD collie. As a dog owner and lover of all dogs, I have to ask, what caused Ty's PTSD?
He came from a hoarding situation. We don't really know what happened to him. In February 2015, 9 collies were pulled from a hoarding situation in Tennessee. They were taken to a collie rescue in Winston-Salem in North Carolina, and they were all in a pretty rough shape. I met Ty in March of 2015, and he was emotionally shut down.
Oh,
He was just a shell,
right,
and he appealed to me.
right.
I'm drawn to those sort of situations, those sort of traumatic, emotional situations, for lack of a better word. So I adopted him. All we know is they were all underweight. They had all battle scars on them. They were all, none of them had names. They were all borderline feral, and they all had issues, strong emotional issues.
Right.
So they were all given baseball themed names. So he was called Ty Cobb.
Is that your cat?
That's my cat jumping up and knocking things down. My old boy Muldoon.
Listeners, I have to tell you that Ryan's house is filled with animals. That's why there's a if you could see if you could see the picture I'm seeing, there's a cat walking across the screen. Sorry, carry on, Ryan.
Yes, this house is very full, and every little in here is a rescue or a feral or somehow homeless initially and has moved in and taken over. Very much so.
You obviously a good rescuer. You like to look after creatures.
Oh my lord. Anyway, so yeah, they all have PTSD issues, and they've all come along at various points. All 9 of the collies,
right?
And Ty was just one of them. And that book started as a blog that I was sharing with other collie enthusiasts and the members of the rescue group and the fans of the rescue group.
Right.
And after I think we hit our 2-year anniversary, I decided to put it into a book form.
What, to help other people get through this with their dogs, or what? I mean, what was the reason behind you writing the book, or turning the blog into the book?
Exactly. So that's how that one came to be. But he's come quite a ways, but he will actually stay in the bedroom. He still to this day just stays in the bedroom 2 years later. Yeah. He has not left his safe place.
Yeah, that's it. It's unfortunate. I've rescued a few dogs, but you just don't know what their full stories are, do you?
Exactly.
You just don't. So look, you've written all these books. Which genre do you most enjoy to read and write? I mean, are they the same?
Actually, my favorites are Christian or inspirational and time travel.
Okay.
Because you get 2 different polar opposites. Yeah, those are the ones I prefer reading, and they're the ones I prefer writing.
Okay.
And actually, I also like nonfiction. But my sophomore book that came out, Shimmers of Stardust, back in 2013, 14, something like that, was an inspirational Christian time travel.
Oh, okay.
Very neat to blend that, and to this day, it's a very popular book. I think because of the unique blend.
Sure. I mean, do you find that you write for a particular reading audience? I mean, in other words, do you know the type of reader you're writing for, or do you just sit and write and hope that the book will find its way to the readers?
Honestly, I just write. I don't care what the fads are. I don't care what's popular. I just write what comes out. And like the September song, the photo sort of gave the bones to it, and it just came out. And
yeah. You're
didn't
just
have a clue who was going to be interested in it.
You're just inspired and you write, and then if someone, if people buy the book, then lovely. But you just enjoy the writing process, the storytelling.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I understand that. So, how old were you when you first realised you were meant to be a writer? And what was the book or subject?
That kind of came in phases. When I was 10, I wrote my first book, not realizing what I was doing. I'd been reading, but I didn't realize reading and writing were sort of hand in hand. When I was somewhere in my 18, 19 stage, late teens, I actually deliberately sat down to write a book, and it was a terrible book, but whatever. It was a start.
Well, that's honest.
Yeah, we have to start somewhere. That's where I started. But it actually was the initial bones of what became ultimately Upon the Tide, which has been out for a couple of years. And then in my 20s, 22, somewhere in that range, I realized people do this. People actually write as a vocation. Yeah. And hey, sign me up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's when I started earnestly saying I'm going to be a writer.
I understand you're quite a poet too, and write poetry as therapy to deal with life's hurts. I've always found writing to be cathartic. I love poetry, but I'm not that good at writing it. So have you published any of your poetry?
It can be challenging, but it's unstoppable. It's not a deliberate thing. It was never a conscious decision to say, "Oh, I want to be a poet." And I
Right.
don't particularly enjoy reading poetry either. Some of it's good, some of it I enjoy, but not
Mm,
as a rule.
mm,
But it just spills out whenever I'm confronted with an injustice
mm.
or any kind of pain that I need to cope with. So it's
Yeah.
more of a coping skill
Right.
than a writing skill. And I'm actually for the first time using poetry in my current work in progress.
Okay. Okay.
I have a poetic pirate.
All right. Well, you tell me about that in a moment. So tell me,
Okay.
you've also written articles for magazines and won honourable mentions in contests. Are you the first writer in your family, or from a long line of wordsmiths?
The first fiction writer.
Oh.
My dad, who lives in Ireland, is a songwriter,
Mm.
and his aunt was a poet. And she
Ah.
pretty much did the same as I do. She would just write about her heartaches.
Right. Right. So
So yeah,
other. Sorry. Carry on, please.
definitely.
So other than writing, what else do you enjoy? What hobbies or interests do you have?
Well, I do the pet sitting, daycare, dog walking as a vocation. That keeps me very, very busy. And of course, my own menagerie of pets,
Mm-hmm.
because you can never have enough, right? I
Yep.
bought a house in 2014, and it's a century-old house that has lots of character. So I'm into working on the gardens, doing lots of do-it-yourself projects, just tinkering on the house as I can.
Fabulous.
We have a national forest nearby, and I love going there to just get away from everything
Yeah.
when I need to detach from everybody. Otherwise, if I'm going to have a hobby, it would be crafts. I love to paint. I love to sketch, doodle,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoy mental exercises like chess or word find puzzles, mahjong, things that challenge the brain.
Fantastic.
And
So what's next on the writing front for Ryan Summers?
a full plate with dessert, let me tell you. Three big things. A full course meal, actually. I just recently signed for a series with the Wild Rose Press, and right now it's at a 3-book series. It'll probably end up being somewhere between 9 and 12 by the time we're done over time.
Wonderful.
So books 1 and 2 are in edit stage. Book 3 is idling. Book 4 I'm currently writing, and book 5 and 6 I'm planning, outlining those two. So
Brilliant.
that's a lot right there.
Yeah.
I'm working on the time travel set in 1719 with a poetic pirate and a lady with a case of mistaken identity. I'm just starting a anthology, not an anthology, but a contribution to an anthology. This will be my 5th contribution to a 5th anthology. And it's my first tipping my toe into thriller,
Right.
whole new genre for me.
Mm.
So those are the 3 biggies at the moment.
Yeah. So you certainly got your hands full, haven't you?
Yes, yes.
Well, look, thank you, Ryan. That was really interesting. Thank you for your time, and thank you for everyone for listening to Book Talk Radio Club. Thanks ever so much, Ryan. Lovely to talk to you.
All right, it's been great, very great. Thank you.
Thank you.